If talk therapy is not working for you, there is one mistake I see happening again and again. People think there is something wrong with therapy or the therapist or themselves. It's none of the above. In this video, you will learn what I did after years of talk therapy to turn my life around and how I use it to turn the life of my clients around now. And by the end, you will know what only 1% do to get from stuck in talk therapy to start seeing real change. Dafni, by the way, I'm a Gary Craig certified EFT official master, aka I trained by the founder of EFT Tapping. And I help people who are frustrated by talk therapy, who know what their problem is, but they just can't get past it, to start seeing results. But what kind of results am I talking about? Picture this. This is real client stories I'm going to tell you. 27-year-old woman, severe OCD. When she goes to the bathroom to wash her hands, she's stuck, and she will need to call her mom to reassure her they're clean enough, meaning they all live in huge codependency. 3 sessions in, this woman can wash her hands by her own. And her parents, for the first time in 10 years, they go away for a weekend. She knew. She just had to trust her judgment that the hands are clean enough. She couldn't get past it. Another one, CEO, retired CEO. Retired because he had to go on the cancer journey with some pretty bad odds stacked against him. He made it. But he was left with debilitating anxiety, health anxiety. He barricaded himself. He couldn't even hear the news in case the C word appears. 5 sessions in, we take the fear down, not to 0, but to manageable levels, below 5, let's say, on a scale from 0 to 10, below 5. And this man got so inspired about health, yoga, meditation, by the 5th session he told me, I've never thought I would be grateful about getting cancer, because there's no other way I would have changed my priorities in life so drastically. And one more, young dentist, first job ever, dental clinics, is super stressed about proving herself. And one day, her boss gets a heart attack on the floor. A few nurses around, and she's the only doctor in the room, and all eyes are on her now. Needless to say, she was not particularly thinking of how do I save a person from heart attack today. Anyway, long story short, she does CPR, the ambulance comes, they take the person, they save them, and they told her unless you had done CPR, the person wouldn't have survived. She saved a life, but it traumatized her so badly, she went back home, she quit her job, she couldn't get back to a clinic. She was stuck with anxiety and panic attacks. 2 months, 8 sessions of tapping. This woman had 2 job offers and she was back into full-time work because she was actually a very good doctor. These are the type of results that every person who goes for therapy dreams about, but doesn't dare to believe. Sounds too good to be true? I wouldn't have believed it either, unless it had worked for me. Here's my story. A few years back, I worked for Goldman Sachs in the city of London. Panic attacks in the bathroom, in between meetings, weekends looking at the ceiling, depression, and bulimia 24/7, pretty much. So I went from that to, I don't exactly remember what a panic attack feels like. I kind of know, but I don't quite remember. I work as an EFT practitioner. I live in Spain, and I help people who are stuck to start moving forward. Unless it had worked on me, I wouldn't have given up on my investment banking career. Back to the nitty-gritty. What is the problem with talk therapy? There is no problem with talk therapy. It's all about understanding the bigger picture. The reason so many people are frustrated with talk therapy is because when talk therapy works, it is supposed to take you to the place where you are frustrated by it. And this is something that nobody ever told you. What do I mean by that? This is the point I call hitting the wall. Hear me out. When somebody goes to talk therapy, they don't go in a preventive way. Okay, they don't go when everything is fine, trying to improve themselves. They go when they have panic attacks, anxiety, stress, burnout, sleep problems, eating problems. They go when they are in confusion and in overwhelm. And the job of talk therapy is to break it down, provide some clarity, meaning, let's say the problem is a work burnout. Okay, the job is too stressful. You just cannot stand it. By breaking it out, what you will probably realize is that there are certain things happening at work that stress you out. Let's say you want to stand up to the boss, you want to stand up to the colleagues, but you can't get yourself to open your mouth and say, hey, this is unacceptable. So through talk therapy, you will realize, oh, wait a minute. I grew up in a very critical, judgmental environment. Every time I wanted to say something, stand up for myself, I got shut down. So when I do it now, I'm experiencing the same thing. I can't do it. So work burnout comes from the inability to open your mouth and say, hey, this is not acceptable. This is the point of clarity where talk therapy is supposed to take you. And this is where the frustration works. Because knowing your problem and getting past your problem are the two completely different things. And everything you do, if you just keep talking about it, will feel like you're failing again and again and again. And that is a very tough place to be. And that is a place where you need a practical tool. And that's where EFT tapping comes. So what does EFT tapping do? This wall that you feel when you try to do the right thing, the thing that you know you have to do, is not just you being silly or stupid or not strong enough. No, none of those things. This wall of resistance is very real in the body. So we need to take it down. How do you take a wall down? The same way that it was built up, brick by brick. What do I mean? This wall of resistance, this emotional resistance, is the accumulation of specific events from your life where you try to stand up for yourself, you got shut down. One brick. That happened with your mom, with your dad, with your peers at school, and every time it happened, another brick, and we have all this wall now. So what we do with EFT tapping is we go back into those specific moments in time, ideally early childhood foundational bricks, and we tap on acupuncture points in order to take the emotional charge out of your system. You remember the memory, but you don't feel the pain or the stress, the anxiety anymore. And when we do that, the wall starts wobbling. And what does that mean practically? That the stuff that you know you have to do, they start seeming feasibly all of a sudden. You feel like, oh, it's not that difficult. You go to work and something happens and you're like, wait a minute, I don't agree with that. It just happens on its own. Why? You know what's good for you. But when that wall is up there and it's super strong, you cannot do it. But once it starts wobbling, what is good for you, what is the right thing for you to do, all of a sudden gets effortlessly done. That is the idea. That's the kind of results how EFT tapping delivers. Now, this process has the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good news is you don't need to believe in it for it to work. This process was developed by a US Stanford engineer. It's physics. It's not make-believe. Simple. Bad news. It's a physically draining session. Okay, every tapping session is physically draining, especially at the beginning. You're going to need some napping afterwards. And the ugly news, the most important ones, this is delicate work. These are emotions we're talking about. So if you are to go through this process, you need to make sure that you choose a practitioner with solid training behind them. Because if it is not done the correct way, instead of being helped, you're going to be re-traumatized, and trust me, you don't want that. Now, let's just say that not all EFT tapping training certifications are created equally. And I'm going to leave it here because this is a topic for a completely different video. And I can hear you thinking, that's all? We just clear enough specific events, we desensitize them, and my problem gets solved? Yeah, but with a twist. EFT tapping is at its most powerful when we start desensitizing the emotions of specific events at the foundational level. And that's something to do with a practitioner. But what I also teach my clients to do is to use tapping in their day-to-day for distress, for calming down, for everything to manage negative emotions and stay calm. What they're actually doing is they're going to their wall and they are removing top layer bricks. So by doing this process with a practitioner, removing foundational bricks on their own layer bricks, your problem don't stand a chance. And interestingly enough, talk therapists are catching up on it, and I see more and more of them adding it in their sessions. And that's encouraging because things are moving in the right direction. Because tapping, desensitizing the emotions of specific events to bring about real change in your life is the future of therapy. Get your problem solved. Book an intro call with me.